by watching Stranger Things, and the new monster is Vecna.
Yeah.
He's nothing like Hot Teen Vecna, by the way.
No, Hot Teen Vecna's better.
Just in case you're going in hoping for Hot Teen Vecna, know what you're getting.
No one plays Hot Teen Vecna as well as I do.
No.
Who lives in his like weird maze with like human skin sewn over the entrances.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was gross.
Yeah. It was gross. And you were all like, what's this? And I'm like, find out.
That was Ariana.
Find out.
That was Ariana, who's like, wow, this is awesome. You say so.
That's a lot of skin.
A lot of skin.
Is that harvested, or do you grow it yourself?
Did you grow it yourself?
Given willingly, or no?
Probably not given willingly, given Vecna.
Love the phrase "skin harvester."
That was brilliant. That was with Brillia's brother, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brillia's brother worked for Vecna.
I enjoyed him.
And then he got his mind wiped at the end by someone. I can't remember who wiped his mind. Was it Vecna?
Was his mind fully wiped?
Yeah, he had to have like a whole like you only got him back because Bree showed up with like a full restoration or something to bring his memory back. It was Vecna because he knew Vecna's secret of how to kill him, so Vecna erased his memory.
That's right.
And then he was carrying around Vecna's phylactery, but he didn't know what it was.
Guy was a tit. Guy was an absolute tit.
Just carrying it around with him. And then as soon as she healed him, he's just like, here you go. He's like, what's this? It's Vecna's phylactery. Shit, all right. I guess we're gonna be heroes now.
I guess so.
And then you guys went inside and let the raven.
Did he live? He survived, didn't he? Went off with Brillia? The brother, yeah. What was his name? Something with an R.
You guys did go inside. You went inside his castle and let the Raven Queen eat Vecna alive, though.
From a cage.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, I think me and Lenore sat on the steps and watched.
Yeah, probably.
No, I think Fenner is the only one who made the save to stay out there and watch. I think we were all in the.
I think you're right.
You all heard
we
it.
were all inside.
We all heard it, but none of us saw it.
There was a point where there was popcorn being passed around.
True. I think we were just listening to it and letting the theater of our minds.
It had an open skylights. Everyone was just watching.
That's one dark aurora borealis.
And if you guys think that Nicholas Faulkner is going to make an appearance in this game, I don't know why you would ever think that.
I love him.
Characters. I don't reuse
I
characters.
love him. Bring him back. Bring him back.
You guys never even found out all the cool stuff about him.
So you could reuse it for this.
Tattoos, and that was enough for me.
Here's the thing about you guys. As players, all of you, including Gemma now, you're all too damn polite. So I'm like, ooh, he's got moving tattoos under his neck. Maybe you should ask. And you're like, no, that's not polite. And I'm like...
I don't care too much, you know. It's just.
Would you like me to play more of an asshole character?
I mean, you almost would ask. You already,
Moss.
You did a good. You finally got the stuff about Enris on the table.
I feel like Moss. It depends. Like she'll eventually ask. It depends on what type of mood she's in.
That's true.
But I feel like I could play an asshole character who just gets all your plot points and just decimates all your NPCs to hating them. I'll keep that in mind for next time. Apparently,
you don't have to hate them, but someone was like, "Ooh," when the players accidentally pull out plot that was supposed to be for later, and I'm like, that was supposed to be episode 2. But then everyone was just so nice to him.
We're so kind and so polite.
Anyways, good times were had by all.
Yeah, well, memories.
Let's dive into our intro, shall we? You guys may notice we have new character art for Celeste. Isn't it the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life? Look at her hair.
So good.
So purpley.
That's what it is right now.
Yay!
That's true. It's probably gonna change. Are you gonna use an app online to just change the hair every week?
You mean what I do with almost all my character arts outside of the stream?
Yes, exactly. That one. All right, let's dive into our intro and recap of last time. So, welcome everyone to Iskar Academy. We are an elite school specializing in the training of the future heroes of our realm. Our 3-year program prepares you for leadership and networking opportunities across the 2 continents. Our professors have extensive training in their areas of focus and often real-world experience in combat. Located in scenic Caracat in the heart of the Eastern continent, we know you have many options for your mandatory training, and we're confident you'll be happy for choosing us. Yours in adventure, Headmasters Isolde and Cardamon. With that, we're back with our Masquerade Ball episode. I am your Game Master, Melissa, and with me, as always, is...
Me, Laura, and I am playing Lark, Reeve, the High Elf Cleric.
Me, Luna, who's playing Moss, our fun rogue bard multi-class chaos person. I feel like that sums it up.
Me, Ian, I am playing Charr, as seen right here. Your little noble paladin kobold. Noble kobold. That's a
Kobolds.
new one.
That's good.
So noble.
New one for the books.
Also, I think you were a little bit quiet. And if
What?
everyone else...
The usual.
Hey!
What? Doesn't matter. I turned myself up a bit. I don't want to be too loud for the stream, so I shouldn't.
That's better.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Turn my own self out of my own ears down, because it changed the whole thing. All right.
I'm Gemma. I'm playing Celeste, the human warlock. Yep.
Yeah.
Period.
It's us, the friends. So things have been busy. We already on the server, which is connected there if you want to join our Discord if you haven't already, have already finished the ball. So there's a few things we know will happen as a result of that. But the other kind of just main update I wanted to give you guys about the timeline is that you are coming up to the end of your first semester at Iskar Academy. So your first semester ends in, so you've got 3 more episodes before you are in second semester.
Only
Hype.
9 more to go?
Only 5 more. 5 more. You got this. You got this. The potentially fun thing is that we have a little 2-week, the school has a 2-week hiatus, I guess, for vacations where people can go home, visit their families, or you can go on like a mini adventure with your party. So perhaps you guys will start coming up with what it is that you want to do in those 2 weeks that you have, 2 stream weeks that you have to go and practice your skills, and you will be at level 3 when that happens. So exciting. I can't remember all of your classes if you all have like kind of a big decision to make at level 3. I know a lot of classes do have like, I know Luna doesn't because you're level 1 and 1.
Yeah. I gotta wait.
Do paladins pick a path at 3?
Let me level
I
up my
believe
character through my app that I use.
Let me check.
Paladin. Restore.
I think clerics do. Clerics have to pick like if they're like life or death or whatever, right?
I think clerics do. They should be, I think, choosing at level 3. Paladins do. I'm gonna.
Okay. And what about
domain
what
spells
about
though?
Pardon?
I already have domain spells though.
Oh, then I think clerics do it earlier. I know like druids do it at level 2. So, but a lot of the classes do level 3. So maybe
clerics do. Maybe clerics do it earlier. I knew like sorcerers, for example. Sorcerers do it at level 1. Like they decide their bloodline.
Because it's
because it's their bloodline. I don't know about warlocks either. Do warlocks have a big dramatic change?
Warlocks
Get a pact boon.
Yeah,
Okay.
you choose from the beginning.
Yeah, clerics get 2nd level. You pick your domain. So we already know.
Oh.
So Verity, you don't have to make a big decision.
Is it a
Verity.
fighting style? You said Verity.
Right? What a throwback. I'll answer to it. It's fine.
Oh shit.
I'll answer to all of them. Don't worry.
I love how Mel just completely
I
just like.
Oh, that's me. I get it.
Yeah. And then Ian, you're making your sacred oath, right?
Yeah, to Oath of the Ancients is the way I'm going to be going. Just so y'all can
Okay,
look into it.
spoilers.
I've said it already. I've
Spoilers.
said it already.
That's rude. And warlocks get their pack to level 1 too. Yeah. Okay. So not as stressful for you guys as it is for some of the people on the server. Druids are trying to switch classes. Bards are starting to switch classes. There's all kinds of excitement. But maybe you guys get to just chill a bit. That's nice. Except for Ian.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm living.
Yeah. Awesome. So. We are heading into the ball. Last episode, we had a couple fun events. We had a girls' night where everybody went together to do some, not drinking, but enjoying some nice drinks. And I don't remember what food you guys had.
You have like salad.
Salad.
In a cup.
You had a giant Cobb
Salad in a cup.
You had a giant Cobb salad served in cups. Correct. And you learned some horrible secrets about each other. Can you guys remind me what the secrets were that were outed about each of you?
So Jen, our newly introduced artificer, warforged character, had revealed that they killed their creator.
Mm-hmm.
Ran out real quickly after that.
Yep.
Was not sticking around for the interrogation.
Didn't even know that there would be one. Just like, my head hurts from that. Bye.
She ran out before we realized the potion revealed what the potion did.
Yeah. I guess just thinking about it.
Yep.
Yeah. Lark's dating a teacher.
Yep. Moss has no idea where she came from, which wasn't really a secret, just what came up for her.
I think Celeste was that someone sends her dresses. Someone makes ups. Yeah,
that's right.
In her
it was
trunk.
Something about the guy who like sends you things to wear.
Yeah.
Very concerned.
Everyone's like,
Are you okay?
Yeah.
That's right.
Vera, our Triton bard friend, confessed, or I guess was outed, that she grew up in a brothel, and in first year she had a rough time with people being kind of terrible to her as a result. So she's kind of let it fade from memory and doesn't really tell anyone anymore. And Anya, her best friend, hers was a rather adult memory. She wasn't really ashamed of. Everyone else was like, "What's your secret?" And she's just like, this never really came up, but she wasn't really embarrassed by it. Yeah, rangers in the woods. What are you gonna do?
Ranger orgy.
What are you gonna do?
Awesome.
You're out there looking for bears, and
things get adult.
Exactly. So we all found ourselves a little closer together after outing our terrible secrets. Although Jen's was definitely the worst.
Yeah.
Repercussions will come later, possibly. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. When you murder Charr, you'll start playing Jen, right?
Yeah, when Charr inevitably dies in the valor of finding a dragon or whatever, it'll be.
Speaking of, Charr did have a little conversation with someone and has a date to the Masquerade Ball in Aqua, who is definitely just a strange girl who is obsessed with water and lives in the woods.
It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. She's nice. Yeah.
She's never eaten salad before. She eats, her favorite meal is fish from the river with herbs from beside the river. Nothing to question. No, it's fine. She's probably a second year because you guys don't see her in classes, right? That makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so that's where we were last time. There's no lake dragon. Spreading lies. Why would there be a dragon in a lake?
We're gonna refute this at next Dragon Club. Thank you so much. So we know that the masquerade is coming. What do you guys dress up in? I've been requested, although I don't know why, for Lark and Moss to arrive last. So let's do the rest of you. Do you want to do anything set up, or just want to be arriving at the ball?
I would just arrive.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So the ball starts kind of after dinner. There's
It's in a lovely ballroom, which is just off of the entryway into Iskar Academy's kind of main hallway. So when you arrived, you came in through the entryway, and this is just off to the side. Really, really lovely. It looks like it's all lit with candles that are seemingly magically kind of floating around. There's a drink table. There's a band with just a couple people, looks like they're from town maybe, who are playing some instruments. A big dance floor. And just because it's fun, there's a staircase that leads down. So you guys have that like dramatic entrance. Since this is a masquerade ball, you all get to show up with a pseudonym. So a fake name that you will call yourself over the course of the night. We had some really, really good ones in the server that you guys can check out if you haven't. But yeah. So tell us a little bit about what Celeste is wearing and what you were introduced as.
So Celeste wasn't quite sure what she would wear, except of course she opened her trunk and found something. She's like, this will do. And it happens to be a kind of, I would say, a hot pink kind of flowy evening gown with full sleeves that is bedecked with forest flowers and leaves. And she has picked up an ornate silver mask that is dripping with chains down the front. It covers her face completely except for a little cutout where just her mouth shows, but it's very spread out and full across her face. And she's chosen to just have her hair go completely down. It's not up, not an updo or anything, because she feels slightly nervous and that feels comfortable to her. It's kind of like a curtain just around her. So she goes in, she's peeking around the entrance, and then she realizes that actually she's supposed to have a name, which she didn't realize until she got there. So she's like, oh shoot, and she's desperately trying to think of something, and then at the last minute she bursts out, silver spun toadstool.
Oh, sorry, what did she say?
Silver spun toadstool.
Oh, the silver spun toadstool. I love it. Yes, excellent. How do you ascend the stairs? Are you fast? Are you slow? Are you like kind of letting your outfit trail behind you?
She takes it slowly, and she's trying to let her outfit trail behind her, which she does, but on the last step she kind of like stumbles, but then gets herself ever so smoothly, and then like just kind of edges around the balcony's end, or the staircase's end, and just kind of hovers there.
Love it. Yeah. Now that you are inside the main hallway, you can see that there's quite a few other students there. So the room itself is a cylindrical, like it's circular, and opposite from the staircase you came down, there's an entryway to the gardens outside where you can have a little bit of privacy. There's also like kind of an overlook where you can kind of look at the ball happening below you if you're so inclined. There's lots of fresh flowers here. It smells very fresh and summery, which is nice because it's actually fall. Some of the other people that you hear who are announced is you see someone called the Valkyrie, the Sunflower, Whisper, the Ferryman, and Daydream are all there already. Charr, what does it look like when you show up?
So, before I was showing up, I was going to meet Aqua over at a large rock that is kind of in the middle of this big meadow on the way down to the lake, I believe. So, I, of course, go meet up with Aqua. In that, we both meet up, I'm guessing, at that same spot around the same time. The sun's right where I was.
He is waiting there when you arrive.
So I arrive in, as I was saying before, kind of a tighter fitting, at least in the torso, long dress looking, even maybe like kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Goodness. It's very, very form-fitting up to the tail, where the tail comes out around the back. The way that it also sits, I could tuck my tail in and wrap it around one of my legs or around my waist as like a belt. There's a lot of different options on this actual piece that I'm wearing, but it is ornamented with a handful of gold dragon scales. Mostly it's around like the forearms, looking like bracers almost, on one arm, and then maybe more chain-like on the other arm, the right arm. His horns, before he has his mask, or however he's going to have his face covered, has the ornate jewelry going between the two horns on the back of his head. With that, he meets up with Aqua. What's Aqua wearing?
What a great question. Aqua does not seem to have totally understood the idea of covering her face. So she's wearing this like silver, almost like what do they call them when they hang here?
Circlet?
You know, yeah, like a circlet. And it does obscure a little bit of her eyes, but for the most part, her face is showing. And she is wearing a very princessy light blue gown. It's very Cinderella at the ball, if I had to describe it as anything. She's got like lovely like big flowers kind of sewn on around the top, and then otherwise it's a nice fitted top, and then it shoots out as a princess dress, like all the people who've ever dreamed of having a princess dress would pick. She's sitting on the rock, and she's kind of kicking her legs as she waits for you, kind of like just patiently, kind of bored. And one of her like flat little blue ballet flats is like half hanging off one of her feet.
It's funny because I was like, is she gonna be wearing shoes?
She is wearing shoes.
Incredible.
I know, it's like ballet flats though.
Yep. Good call.
The least shoe of all shoes.
It's they could be those weird toe shoes that people take hiking and swimming.
So, like with the weird like between the toe. Yeah, she's not wearing those.
Or like they have like these stickers now that you can put at the bottom of your feet instead, to protect them. Right. But like, yeah.
She does not have stickers. If she knew what stickers were, she'd be very excited and would want to collect stickers though.
There's only two
just
stickers.
Like me in real life.
There's only two stickers I want, or three types of stickers I want in life. Colorful, sparkly ones I can put on my water bottle, pot stickers that I can eat, and foot stickers so I can walk out barefoot.
There you go.
Three,
there you go.
Not two.
I was seeing a thing where someone was talking about having depression. They're like, you know how a way to solve your depression? You can buy stickers and reward yourself for doing tasks. And I was like, brilliant.
Giving
Frankly,
the "you tried" sticker to yourself every day.
The things I did for stickers of like wildlife animals as a child. I practiced piano.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, continue. So she's sitting there kind of like legs hanging.
I'm walking down the is it like one of those, like the grass is maybe a little bit taller if you're not walking on the actual like walked path, maybe like wildflowers and tall grass and all that.
Exactly. There's
beautiful.
like it's one of those like actually all around the lake and like sort of leading to it. There's a lot of deer trails, so there's that area that's sort of like cut, but it's kind of meandering.
Wonderful. If there's any parts of the grass that are taller than I am, I immediately will take that opportunity to start being kind of sneaky and be like, I'm gonna sneak up.
Hey, let's see if any of them are taller, high or low.
Low.
Yeah, there are some that are taller than you.
All right, I'll start to crouch down and sneak a bit. I am, having to hold up my outfit a little bit off the ground so it's not dragging in the dust. But I'm guessing that there's also, illusionists who will help prestidigitate any dirts off of your outfit if you know.
Yes. The professors and upper years are there to give you illusion magic if you should need it, and I'm sure a prestidigitation would not be out of line.
Yeah. Actually, that kind of opens up another question. Was Enris at the party doing like helping with magic stuff as well? Because I can't remember if that was the case or if he was just hanging out at the party getting drunk.
He was not at the party you guys went to, but he is attending. Like, you know he's going.
Okay.
You just don't know what he's going as.
Okay. So I was gonna
But
say,
if you guys want to try to find out who Enris is, that's nice.
a nice plot for the night.
Mystery. I feel like it's not a mystery.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. No, I'm gonna be very oblivious. I will warn y'all. But I was thinking if he was going to be doing any of the illusioning at all, then I might go to him to see. But if I can just go to a teacher and lay out my plan.
There were sign-up sheets, so you could like sign up for whoever you wanted. You know, like the bard and the wizard and this, like they all went first.
Yeah.
Because your illusion is based on who casts it, right? So if you want someone who gets your style,
I would have went under somebody who is maybe some sort of sorcerer, maybe, but
cool. The sorcerer professor is a wild mage.
I will take that. I try to like sneak up on Aqua. Do you want me to roll any stealth for that? Because I can if you need me to. Okay.
All right, sneaking up on your date. I can't see anything wrong with that.
Stealth is not the strongest, but I'll take an 18.
Yeah, she's not expecting you to sneak up, so she's just kind of like looking out towards the water. She's like singing like gently to herself, like she's just enjoying the night, you know. It's the ball starts at like when the sun's down, so she's just kind of enjoying the setting sun over the lake. It's a beautiful sight.
I crawl up the rock behind her and I just sit there for a minute and try not to laugh to myself, but I end up saying, "Yeah, the sun is really pretty at this time."
I didn't hear you come up. I'm sorry, I must have been really distracted.
Element of surprise. And he puts his arms out and like rolls back a little bit, but his tail catches him like he's gonna fall off, but holds himself up for a little bit.
What a showman.
he's excited.
She's like, "You did it on purpose?"
Uh-huh.
You are really good. Should I try to be sneaky too?
Well, you don't need to be. I was doing that to be more playful than anything else.
I liked it.
I'm glad. Well,
do you like my dress? And she like stands up and does like a little twirl for you.
The twirl,
she's like she's not very tall. She's like you're 3 foot?
I'm 3'3", thank you.
Sorry. Just like being like a kid being like, I'm 3.5, thank you.
I'm this many.
She's about a foot taller than you, so she's also on the smaller side. Yeah, she does a little spin and her dress flares out.
Like an umbrella on a sunny day as a parasol.
I love parasols. I should have brought a parasol.
We can find a parasol. That should be no problem.
Really?
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Are there any parasol places nearby? Will I be able to make it? And I'm guessing it's not the case, but
it's not that close. Like the city is sort of like past the campus. So.
Yeah, it's a trek, so it's not.
So when you realize that, she's like, "Well, maybe next year we can get a parasol."
Yeah, we'll try to match parasols. Which
you'll have one too?
Yeah, I think that'd be really funny. Or maybe one parasol and one. I can't think of an equivalent. Maybe I'll have a cane next year. A walking cane of some sort.
That sounds really fancy.
It does sound fancy, and I'm thinking to myself, if I need a cane, then I probably have an inch. I don't. That's next year.
You could make a cane like a staff with a dragon on the end.
Yeah.
You could.
Okay, yeah. He takes out a little notebook he has in his back pocket and starts to write, puts it back in.
Dear diary.
Dear diary. Dragon cane? Question mark?
Dragon cane.
Hand carve or professionally done? Do you wanna start making our way back?
Yeah, let's. And she jumps, like she doesn't even jump, she just like walks off the side, which is like 20 feet above the ground, and then just like gently kind of like feather falls
So we're dressed like billows. It's very pretty.
With the glistening golden light of the sun bouncing off of the lake, Char's eyes, I think, just like glimmer like a nice emerald sheen, and wow. Okay, and he tries to jump off the maybe not so steep cliff and slide down with his tail.
Yep. It's sort of like a Pride Rock kind of thing. So she like kind of walked off this end, but at any point you can kind of hop up, or you can just slide down the whole thing and then go around.
Oh, 20 feet's a big jump. I kind of want to jump down.
You can. He just shows up to the ball with like the
Broken
clothes
legs.
all scuffed and
Hobbling, walking over with a very good limp. I
I'm
think
trying to remember. Actually, I have to look up now because she does have Featherfall. I'm like, can she cast Featherfall if she's not touching you? And I don't remember.
I think
Yeah,
Featherfall.
it range 60 feet. She totally could.
Oh, I'm gonna jump off, not knowing that I had this cast on me.
Yep.
And I just
Your falling rate slows to 30 feet per round. I don't actually know how fast that is. Is that still pretty fast?
that would be about well, you said it's 20 feet off the cliff, 30 feet per round, so it probably takes me a good 4 seconds to hit the ground.
Yeah, that's fairly slow.
That's like 1, 2.
Are you gonna do like
3.
a superhero land? Like,
I think I was going to, but then I'm just gonna land like arms up, like it's like a very elegant flap when I hit the ground, and I've never fallen so slow before. Was that you?
yeah, it's a magic, I know.
Magic.
Come on, let's go. And she grabs your hand and pulls you towards campus.
I'm not wearing like a hat, but oh, cool.
She'll pretend to grab your hat.
Yep. With us going back towards campus, we need to go back by the sorcerer professor, I believe, right?
Mhm.
So we can get the disguise going.
Absolutely. Yeah, you meet her in one of these. They have these like almost like little private room set up, so you can go in and it's not clear kind of who went in where.
Yeah.
But you're escorted into the room and you see the professor. Have you met her before, or did you just sign up for her on impulse?
I on impulse.
Okay.
From what I've heard from sorcerers I've met before, Enris, sorcerers are the casters that I feel like I have more of a kinship with, because there's draconic sorcerers out there. So
Yeah, of course. Speaking of Enris, has anyone told you that this is Enris's older sister?
Nope.
Cool.
Is she wearing any sort of mask at all?
She is.
Okay.
So when you step into the little private room, Aqua is gonna try to come with you, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So she enters the room with you, and you see the professor. She's just kind of standing there, staring off into nothingness. And as soon as she looks at you, all of a sudden there's this like shimmery, almost like a color spray kind of like shimmer over her face. So she's not actually wearing a mask. She literally has like almost like a shield.
That's what I want.
But it's based upon when she's looking at you.
Oh, that's so cool. It's like one of those
So when
phone
she looks
screens.
away, yeah. So when she looks at Aqua, you can see her real face, and then when she looks back at you, you see the colors.
Oh wow. Okay, that's actually really, really cool. Holy shit, that's actually really cool. But that's actually very similar to what Charr wants to do.
You picked the right person then. Look at that.
Hi, Professor. So, do I just jump into what I'm looking to do?
She like looks at you kind of for a second, and then she steps forward and she like brings her fingers like this, like 3 of them together, and she seems to gather something around kind of your chest region, and then she lifts it and like throws it over you. And when you look at a mirror nearby, you're wearing the exact mask you wanted without having described it.
So, Charr looks up into this mirror and to see his reflection, and cloaking his entire face is what looks like a dripping blue flame down over his snout. Over his horns, they flicker back They are, of course, without heat, but it looks like a veil over his entire face, and you can still see like shimmering, like the shimmering scale reflection from the jewelry and the gold scale that he has. But the blue will sometimes flicker between maybe a very light seafoam teal, seafoam green. But that's maybe towards like the tips of the flames themselves. The actual there's flame names that I don't know, like the actual like anatomy of a flame, but nonetheless.
I have no idea. That's not a thing I know. Anybody
Neither
know
do
the
I.
anatomy of flames?
Flame anatomy, anybody.
Calling all flame experts.
It is Pride Month. Hey. That's a bad joke.
You mean Verity?
The ball
good
has been
times
burnt
are
to the
had
ground.
by all.
So I look at myself in the reflection, and like my hand goes through. I think it will bounce around my hand like a flame does, like on a surface where it kind of like bubbles like a liquid, but it's still, burning gas. I turn to Aqua and I say, I have an idea. We could match still. And I look over at the professor and I say, point over. And does the professor do like a very similar thing to what I have on Aqua? Because I want to describe what I had in mind for Aqua with that too.
Yeah, love it. I'm just trying to. Oh, I didn't write it down. Damn it. Okay, anyways. It's fine.
Cool.
Who writes things down in this day and age with the cost of pens? Who writes down things that they have to remember? So you look to the professor and you ask, and she says, all right, if that's all right with you, Lady Aquila. And she like kind of like bows her head a little bit, and you can see that. Actually, perception check. I don't know if you can see this. Let's find out.
I don't.
Cool. She greets her as Lady Aquila. That's all.
Lady Aquila. Is it Aquilla?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So she does the she actually doesn't pull from Aqua in the same way that she pulled from you.
Mm-hmm.
She actually like reaches up and like gathers some of the liquid fire from over your face. Like she runs her hand kind of over, and then when her hand is kind of dripping with it, she like almost like drops it over Aqua's face.
That's, I think, perfect, because I was like, I want it to be a very light blue flame veil that goes around the circlet to drip down.
Perfect. It drips onto each like little bit of the circlet.
Charr's sitting there just giddy as hell.
Oh my
He was
God.
a dog, his tail would be wagging.
One of the admins, Ready Lies from the server, sent me information about the anatomy of a flame.
Is it a joke or is it dead serious?
No,
I
it's
was
dead
waiting for
serious.
that.
What
I was
part
waiting
of the
for that.
What part of the flame were you describing?
Like the very tips of it, the very outside edge.
The very tip is called the non-luminous veil.
The non-luminous veil is
Yeah.
that like seafoam green on me, but I think it gets to be a darker blue when it drips down further for Lady Aquila, as I'm going to start remembering.
So for future reference, the outside that you like can't really quite see is the non-luminous veil. The part that you think of as the flame is the luminous zone. The part where you can sort of like see through it, like almost like the eye of the storm, is called the dark zone. How did I go without knowing this? And then the bit that's blue is called the blue zone. There you go. Now we understand. We understand the anatomy of a flame. We can go on with our lives, all the wiser.
And see, that's sick to know. Actually,
there you go. I love it. It's called the dark zone.
The dark zone in the luminous. Oh my goodness! Like
the non-luminous zone.
Flames need zones. Zoning permits for flames. I have a dark permit.
The more you know.
The more I could fuck around with improv.
Yeah, so Aqua has a beautiful, like, almost like water dripping along the circlet she's wearing. And she, yeah, you can't tell what her expression is to Kaylin, but you're too obsessed with how cool this is.
When that's like starts to like take form, like very solidly and very, very much like set, Charr walks over down on a knee, and he looks up. His tail wraps around the leg that has that isn't on the ground, the knee that isn't on the ground, and he puts his tail against his chest and says, "Fit for a queen," and stands up and takes her hands like, "I'm so excited."
Charr, my heart. She does let you know before you continue on that if you want at any point, if you bring your hand up and gather, you can take off your mask and you can put it back on the same way.
Ooh.
So if you want, you can gather it and it'll just kind of like hang out on your hand.
That's sick. That's like
Yeah.
a
I won't think you have that for the next 24 hours.
That's so sick, actually. That is so sick. I'm gonna remember that. Char's gonna be very enamored with that after the ball's done.
You're like, we have to do like 2 games in the like 24 hours after the ball so I can really enjoy this mask. Someone else knocks. It's their turn to see the professor, and she gives a little bow, and yeah, off you go.
Mm-hmm.
What name have you decided to have yourself introduced as?
I want to be going in as Flameborn Mist.
Ooh, Flameborn Mist. Excellent. You were introduced as such. How do you guys walk down the stairs? Do you...
Oh, it's typical like couple at a ball, like arms hooked. I think I take steps ahead to help the front of her dress so she's not stepping on it or tripping over it.
I was gonna say you stand a little bit back so you look like you're the same height, but no, you're forward.
I'm more forward. I'm accompanying her down the steps more than anything else. Does
Beautiful.
she choose a name too, or she just go by Aqua or Lady Aqua?
She did choose a name. She's introduced as the Dewdrop.
The Dewdrop. All right.
Like Luna's actually just like, I see what Laura means and needing to cover you with a post-it. No, I'm kidding.
Incredible.
Always have to have your Luna post-its at the ready. Always.
Actually have them in hand.
Always.
Laura knows what happens when she's not prepared.
It's so good.
It's happened too many times.
Love it. Love everything about it. You enter. A few more people have arrived. A few that you notice right away. There's the Mayday Hare, which indeed the mask looks like a rabbit. There is the Jester, who has kind of a traditional Jester thing that's much more fancy with kind of black and gold kind of wrapping it around the face. Little Red, who is wearing red and gold, kind of in the Little Red Riding Hood fashion. The Gem, which is just a face full of different, they almost look like quartz gemstones, and then otherwise is wearing like a very finely tailored white suit. Petrichor, the editor, is there, who is wearing basically something sort of similar, like an entirely black suit, very, very formal, and their outfit is entirely like sequins all over their face. And there's even like these weird star sequins over their eyes, like it gives it a very haunting kind of look. And the last person you see here already is the White Swan, who is indeed wearing a swan mask and wearing a white suit with a golden tie. So yeah, those are the other people who have arrived at the ball already.
Jeez, a lot of style.
There is a ton of style. If you want to go, if you check out the Discord server, go to School Spaces, and then go to the ballroom, people showed up. Showed up for this ball. There's even they were so obsessed with trying to keep it a mystery, so everyone made a separate bot to post with their alias. But then a lot of people changed their name to somebody because at the bottom Discord says somebody is typing.
Oh wow, yeah.
So everybody on the server was somebody because they were so obsessed with it being a secret.
That's so funny.
So well done everyone for committing 120% to a masquerade ball. It just proves that we all need a masquerade ball in our lives.
It's true.
So you make your way in with Aqua, and she's just in awe. She like runs to the edge of the dance floor and is just watching people dance. And we'll leave it there, I think, and then go over to finding out what our chaos demons are planning.
Is that us?
Yes, that's you.
That's
Am
us.
I
Oh,
a chaos
us.
demon? Is it me?
Is it me?
I'll accept the title. That's an honor. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Are you kidding? Do you see how cool Kaylin is? Wild Mage is chaos?
Yeah.
My favorite thing is the first thing Kaylin said in the server in like the kind of the Iskar world was she walked up to one of her students and she's just like, your chaos is so lovely today.
I love it so much.
So innocent.
great.
Oh, the
Okay.
chaos demon would have been a good mask. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. It would have been.
All right, let's hear it. Let's see if you guys could shock me.
It's nothing shocking.
It's
So I
nothing
think
shocking.
maybe we hyped this up too much.
Yeah, I think we hyped it up a little too
I think
much.
we
but-
hyped it up a little bit too much. I want to let you down.
Well, now
So-
you have to do the thing all GMs have to do, which is fake it.
Right. Okay, we should have really undersold this.
I'm not the one who was pitching it.
I know. Okay, I really should have undersold this. Excuse me. Because somebody has a birthday today. So I probably Moss and Lark have probably been playing. It's probably been a good week. But this is kind of after like Moss would already be dressed, Lark would already be dressed. And they're kind of waiting for the entire like floor, like for everyone to get out.
Moss
and
has
into the-
pretended that she's getting rid of more furniture that's blocking up their end of the hallway so no one can pass by their rooms and see what's happening. So it's just like, it looks like Moss is totally rearranging her room and it's just like furniture in the hallway, but since they're in the corner, no one can pass.
You're doing this like right now? Yeah, right now. Right
No,
now.
that's how it's
Right.
been the whole week. That's how it's
Yeah.
been the whole week, so no one can peek in. So whenever someone comes to visit us, it's just like they have to go through the
No.
furniture barricade.
So as soon as like the floor is empty and everyone from our floor is like already in like the in the masquerade.
Oh, you want to be so everyone's there already.
Well, from the floor. From
Okay.
our floor.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's more people. Do you want me to keep introducing more people?
Yeah,
No,
like
no,
we're
no.
the last people
Yeah,
there.
that's the point.
Okay.
Like however long it takes.
I thought
for
you meant
every-
of the party. You meant
No.
everyone. Got it.
I meant
All
out
right.
of everyone.
Let's
Yeah.
go with some more style and outfits then quickly. We have the princess who is wearing a beautiful pink kind of like pink lace dress with pink shoes and a silver kind of goldy mask with fingerless gloves. We have the gray who's wearing a very Batman-esque mask in my opinion. We have Echo, who is wearing this very flowery but made of metal that covers her eyes, like so. And she has all these almost like porcupine spikes coming out of her head that are extremely long and sharp. And she's wearing a fitted black dress. There's the maestro, who's wearing like a, like you imagine a maestro's kind of outfit with a red tunic and the black cravat. Is that what they call it? And the mask is kind of half broken and has like bits of music notes on top of it. There is the Forgotten. The Forgotten is wearing a skirt on the bottom and a fitted crop top on top, both very well made. But the crop top really shows off like more of a masculine frame, and the skirt is much more feminine. Peak style.
What was that name?
The Forgotten. There is the Mystic, who has a very, very finely kind of, you know when you take metal, like really thin metal, and you like hit little holes in
I
it?
get it now.
I get it now.
no, it's not what I meant. But Ian was like, and I was like, what? And then I was like, but it wasn't.
What was it again? It was the
I
forgotten.
didn't-
It was an accidental
that
good
wasn't-
joke.
It was just accidental good
Good
joke.
joke.
Okay. No.
There is someone called the Grinner who's wearing kind of a very serious mask that looks like it's like almost like dripping ink down parts of it. There's Killing Frost, who has like a very aggressive, like kind of like almost like boss villain kind of vibe with like shooting out spikes of lightning or of ice. There's the Starling, who's wearing a black dress and a feathered kind of like just eye cover mask. The Indomitable, who's wearing a suit and then what looks like kind of like a bone mask. It's almost like the front of a Cubone, if that makes sense. The Raven, who is wearing very like all blue, like a very nice blue, and kind of has a birdish face, but a very feminine frame in the suit. The Hierophant, who again is wearing something like boss armor, like it's all opalescent and velvet coats. The Rambler, who is wearing a black jacket and a flowy black skirt and like a masquerade kind of mask. The Mask, the Metal Mask, who is also wearing kind of a hard hit mask that's been pounded flat. You know how many people there are? The Rose, who's wearing all reds and flowers with long draping dress. There is a big bad wolf to go with our little Red Riding Hood, again wearing a mask of wolf. The Celestial, who's wearing like another eye mask with a big sun on the top and all blue. And we have Wonder, who's wearing a fox mask and a teal dress. And Boo Boo, who is just a very strange, like almost like wearing it's almost like an outfit made entirely of straw and then like a hewn mask that looks like it like could be like a really cheap shield. Like it's a very different aesthetic compared to everyone else. Yeah, and that is all of the people in first year who are at the ball.
All the people in first year specifically.
All the first years who were at the ball. There are other people in second and third year there as well, but these are the ones who you should care about. So they're all there. Music is playing. Appetizers are being had. People are talking at the snack table. They're talking over music. And then...
Oh, right. So once everyone has like emptied out and the actual like dorm hallways are quiet, then Lark will tell Moss like, okay, you can go get him now. Remember, don't mention the birthday thing. Just
Nope,
Right.
I don't even need to leave the room. I poof my familiar back in. And then I've poofed Acorn with like a little bow tie because it's adorable. And no one can tell me not to. And I hand Acorn a scroll. And I sent Acorn to go find Calhan. And I will be looking for Acorn's eye just in case she needs like further direction.
Okay, so you're trying to see if you can find the professor.
Yes.
Okay.
So that I can drop off a note.
Okay. He is not in the main ballroom.
No, figured not.
I guess just look basically is the
Yeah,
ask,
look-
right?
Basically, I feel like Lark has given Moss like the top 5 places to look for Cal
Fair
in
enough.
this situation, and then we're just going through the list.
yeah.
Cal is not a like he's a fighter by training, but he is a he does know some spells, so he is actually helping out with some of the illusion magic. So you find him, or Acorn finds him in one of the little kind of tents set up in the entryway. for
I
people to
wait
get their
for when he
coffees.
has a low.
Yes.
I
Good
wait for a
Acorn.
low
Good
into the people, and then the owl is going to like wiggle under the fence. Not the fence, the tent. Like you're just gonna see like the owl head like wiggling its way through.
Okay. Yeah. How is he going to react to a random owl trying to dig
Please.
into his
I feel like
brain?
doesn't the school have a record of whose familiars are who?
Yeah, but doesn't
like,
mean he
come
knows
on.
yours.
he knows it's not a regular owl. Like there's no way he's
Yeah.
gonna think it is. He looks at it and he there's no one else in here, so it's clearly not somebody who's trying to like find out what another student's wearing, which people have been trying to do already.
No.
So he just kind of looks at it like curious, like
And
kinda like,
you'll
what are you
notice
doing here?
the little scroll is like tied to her leg.
oh,
It's a
okay,
little scroll. Yeah.
okay.
It like lifts the little leg in his
So it
direction.
offers,
like
he offers
take
a
the
little
damn-
leg.
Yeah, offers the little leg with the scroll tied to
I
it.
imagine it like offers the leg, and then when he doesn't take it, it like hops a little closer, like take it.
Yeah, like
Take it.
hurry the fuck up. Like if Acorn needs to be sassy, she will take the scroll in her beak and drop it on his lap. Like if she has to, she
No,
will.
no. He will take it after the owl kind of goes closer and is like, woo, and he's like, okay, all right, I'm taking it.
Okay.
Takes the scroll, unfolds
In
it.
in unceremonious script, but still legible. It says, Calvin, get to the dorms, your SO wants to see you. That's all it
Calvin,
says.
he says.
Calhan.
Calvin.
Moss is not Calhan is not even using like food. Like it's just like it's like very like get to the damn door.
I was gonna say if you call him Calvin, he's gonna be like, is this a power move? Like,
Oh yeah. It was I originally debated having Moss misspell his name on purpose for the power move,
Oh.
but she's doing a favor for Lark, so she's
This is the
behaving.
real reason you don't date students, because their friends are fucking sassy.
She's behaving.
He
Although she is using his first name instead of the
Yeah.
last name, so there is still a little sass.
So he holds it in his fingers and then he bursts it into flames. So it shimmers away, kind of fades
And
into.
the owl just looks at him expectantly.
He looks at it and he's like, I have 2 more students. Shortly.
And then poof, fake glitter.
Oh shit! I hate this stuff. Just like covered in purple.
Yep. To Lark, he'll be coming. He has 2 more illusions to cast, and then he will be heading over.
I can see time to
And I
find my
will
armpits.
stand-
Okay, yeah. Okay.
I will stand guard so that
Thank you.
no other students bother you.
I
Yeah,
owe
yeah.
you.
And I'm like fanning, helping fan Lark, like just like
We're doing like just
Oh
like
my
2
gosh.
pieces of
So-
parchment under her armpits, and she's gonna go around like refixing everything that she's put up in her room. Like
I'm gonna say making your dress out of such a fine fabric that it decomposes under liquid might not have been a great idea when you sweat this much.
but she's smart enough to make sure that it's cut plenty low here.
That's
Right?
true. That's
It's
true.
not
So
cut
you
up
just,
too high. Look,
Yeah, so
you're
we're
doing
just
this
literally-
thing where you're just taking like drive-through napkins and just like shoving them
Acorn
up your
comes
arm.
back
Yep.
and just flapping her wings so that we can get some more fan situation.
There is, as you guys are frantically fanning Lark, a knock comes at the door.
Can I see who's at? Like, can I put Acorn on the other side to see who it is before we open this?
So he's standing there at the door, kind of like, I can't believe at least no one's here. And then all of a sudden, like right in front of his face, there's just poof, an owl. And he's like,
Moss would though. And then we let him in, and Moss is just gonna walk past him as he comes in, like just nonchalantly, as if she's seeing nothing. And she's like,
Oh. So anyways, it flops in front of his face. You open the door and just like skirt away with your owl, and he like looks after you for a second, like I'm gonna figure out who that was.
yeah, because she is fully like masked up, like she's like fully like,
It's true.
yeah.
Is an owl your main familiar form though?
It is, but I think she would have at least changed the coloration of her
Oh,
owl.
okay.
She's normally a barn owl. And she's a snowy owl right now.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Lark, you get a momentary look at Cal, who's wearing a very nice kind of black suit. He's not wearing a mask, at least at the moment. And you see him kind of look after Moss, like, what the hell was that? How are you posed?
oh, there's there's no
No
she's not
pose?
just- God no. She's not cool. This is that
You could roll to try to be cool.
that would have been Roanoke, okay? She would have been cool. No, not Lark. No. But Lark's like done up the room for like a surprise birthday party. So there's like a banner and there's like candles and 'cause she is friends with the kitchen staff. She made a cake and remembered plates and utensils this time. No cake in a cup necessary. And there's like a present and wine and some glasses. And she's just gonna go, happy birthday.
Remind me, he did tell you his birthday, right? But like a while ago.
Yeah.
You can actually perception or insight, depending on what you want to know.
I
Insight.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I say this? Can I pretend I gave Lark a bardic inspiration before I left?
Yeah.
Okay, you use it as you wish. I forgot to mention that earlier.
I mean, you're running support, so yeah.
I'm very aware that this could go poorly. I'm not dumb, but okay, perception.
Sure. I love that sound.
Okay, and then with what's the inspiration? I've already rolled really well, so it's okay.
A d6. You can save it if you roll really well. You can just use it later if you want. It lasts for a bit. It's up to you.
Yeah. Okay, because I got a 24.
Oh,
so
yeah. You don't have to use it on your next roll. You just have it for, I think.
Okay.
An hour?
Just
Alright.
in case.
You can tell that he is completely surprised. He is not surprised necessarily that you wanted him to come visit you during the ball. He sort of expected that you wouldn't, necessarily be able to, spend the night at the ball together the way you'd like. So he wasn't necessarily surprised by the ask, but he is very surprised that you have remembered his birthday and you've gone to all this to celebrate him. He doesn't say anything though. He just kind of takes in everything very slowly over like 15 seconds, of which feels like 4 hours to you, as he looks at every single aspect of what you have done. And then you don't even really see him move, but then he is like up close with you, a hand in your hair, and pulling you up into a kiss.
Success. Perfect.
He doesn't seem to know what to say. Like, even when he pulls away, he just kind of like looks at you and he runs his hands kind of like along your jawline. But he doesn't say anything. He just kind of like looks at you in surprise and yeah.
I made a cake.
What kind?
Because I couldn't decide. The top is chocolate and the bottom is vanilla. And then the icing is vanilla on the outside, and then there's chocolate in the middle. So I figured it's kind of, either way you can't hate it unless you hate both chocolate and vanilla. That's not possible. I made it, but the cooks in the cafeteria helped like a lot. I've never made a cake before. Really thought it was going to be easier. You don't have to eat it. It's just.
Why wouldn't we eat it?
I don't know.
He reaches behind his back and he pulls out a knife and he like does this really cool knife trick where he like flicks it between his fingers. And then he presents it to you, holding the blade.
I'll go cut some cake. I will go cut some cake.
How good is this cake? Okay, give me a wisdom roll with advantage.
Okay.
How good is the cake?
They're both 7s.
Does the bardic
7
help,
total
technically?
or 7 roll?
Both 7s in total.
You could use your bardic inspiration.
I'm sure. Why the fuck not? This is gonna be
So you
gross.
cut it really well. You cut around the uncooked pieces.
I know where they are.
You know it's in the middle. Have you ever seen people cut the cake where they take like a round cake and they cut like a straight bit off the side? Anyways, it's like that. You're cutting around the center. Or you say it's chocolate lava cake. That's the other way to solve.
Okay, and that's a 6.
Okay.
13.
Yeah, you cut around the center that you know was a little bit undercooked because it kind of dipped, like you can tell. Yeah, you present him with a piece of chocolate and vanilla cake. It's good. Like it's better than he was expecting it to be, given that you've never made a cake and he's not sure you've ever had cake. Have you ever had cake?
Maybe here.
Oh, that's true.
Here. But before that, probably not.
He sits. The icing is the saving. The bardic inspiration came from the icing.
That's just
he
sugar.
takes a seat on your the end of your bed and eats it, and he's got this kind of thoughtful look on his face. And before you ask him, he says, I haven't had a birthday or celebrated a birthday since I was a child. Since before my parents died.
Yeah, I haven't really celebrated one either, but I mean, I've seen people do it, so I hope I got most of it right. Is it okay? You're very quiet, and
I'm unused to people being kind to me. You had a masquerade today. You still do. And instead you're here, dressed like you are, with me.
well, it's your birthday, but I'd rather be here.
He leans in and kisses you again. He tastes like chocolate and vanilla and yeah.
I did get you something. You don't have to open it right now. What? I don't know. Sorry, this is out of character. I'm like, why did I do all this stuff? If I'm like, you don't have to eat the cake. You don't have to open your presents. Why are you
the awkwardness?
No.
I mean, you gotta lead into the awkwardness. Lark is awkward.
Yeah. She's trying. Bless her heart.
Yes. So he finishes the cake. He eats all of it. Yeah, you present the present. What does it look like? Both in wrapping and in present form.
It's just like I think she would have gone with like if she could find like a black wrapping for it, but it and like maybe like a purple bow. Seems to like those colors. And it's just like a small box and nothing huge.
Okay. What is it when he opens it?
It's not very large, like the kind of the size of like a loony. Wait, that's not gonna translate to everybody. Quarter.
Okay.
Quarter, that'll do it. And it kind of looks like a compass, but it has numbers that move along the bottom.
Okay.
Except like she has one too, and she pulls hers out, they point at each other, and it's where the other one is in the distance.
It's a compass to each other.
Yeah.
Aww.
I know, right?
You're so corny.
Right? Not me.
Jeez.
I am
I'm
internally
cool.
cringing. I'm cool, okay? Lark's not.
You're the one who approved the idea.
Yeah.
You told me I could have whatever I wanted.
Yeah, again, he just seems, generally speaking, to be kind of surprised and kind of in awe of this gift. It's definitely something he didn't expect. Does it on a chain or something? Like, how does he keep it in his pocket, or?
Yeah, any of that. I've had like, this probably sounds stupid, but yeah, it could probably come with like a neck chain, or
Yeah.
like a brace, like a maybe something, or like a leather thing if you want to put it, or yeah, you could put it on a keychain, or
Yep.
it has
I love the idea that you give him this lovely gift and you're like, you could put it on a keychain, you could get like a necklace, you could, and he's just like looking at it and you keep telling him all the things you could make a lanyard.
The problem is, the less he talks, the more she talks.
Yeah.
Like, the less he says, the more shit comes tumbling out of her mouth. She can't help it. Oh, you know those people who have to fill the silence?
Yes.
She's one of them. She's
I was gonna
one
say
of them.
Lark is one of those people.
Absolutely.
He says, I do have a surprise for you as well.
Okay.
He stands up and he casts a spell on himself, giving himself a full illusion. So instead of wearing the black suit, he's wearing it's like a very light gray that really complements the color of the material he bought you for the dress. So he knows kind of what it looks like. And he is wearing a mask now that covers almost his entire face. The only thing it shows is a little bit of one of his lips. It looks like it's cracked along that edge, so there's a little bit of revelation. And yeah, the mask is this very what's your accent color? You've got like all white. Do you have any other color
That she's wearing?
Yeah.
It's black.
Oh, it's black. Why did I think it was white?
I think one of the example pictures that I sent you had white beading on it, but then I found a better picture that
was
had
black.
the branch style of beading
Yes.
that I wanted, and it was in black. But yeah, it's
So
black.
yeah, so he's wearing a very light white that complements it very well. And his mask is dark and lacy, like it's got lace accents on it. And it's got like like the mask is broken in places, so broken around the mouth. It's a little bit broken on the forehead, covering his scar, so it's covering completely the scarred portion of his face. And he's wearing like a golden crown, but again, that is also broken. He's a little bit shorter. He's a little bit less fit. He just looks more like he might fit in with a whole bunch of first years.
The short, unfit first years.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta be a little doughy if I'm gonna be in first year. Just like a little doughy.
It's the freshman 15.
Look, a lot of people in the school haven't had proper diets.
Oh, I know.
Lark's gained.
Lark's had to let her clothes out. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good
She's
thing.
thrilled. She's
Lark was
thrilled by
definitely like
it.
starving, so.
Yeah. She's like, I have a bum. Look at it.
Look at my butt.
Look at me jiggle.
And he offers you his arm to escort you to the ball.
Yeah. I would
When
go.
you guys walk out, Moss is awkwardly keeping guard to make sure no one comes
Just by the furniture.
out. Yeah.
He does look and he's like, what's with the owl though? That's the one thing I don't get. What's with the owl?
To me or to Moss?
To you.
Oh, that's her familiar. What do you mean, what's with the owl?
Well, he kept popping in my face.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's a bit aggressive isn't the right word. Just very good at doing his job with gusto.
All right, good enough. Awesome. Yeah, you make your way to the ball. How do you introduce yourself? And actually, you know what? Let's do Moss first, because Moss, I think at this point has gone ahead, right?
I guess at this point, when she sees that they're coming out, she'll like go ahead so that they're not clumped together in a group. Yeah, no, Moss has decided to go to the Masquerade Ball last minute, as she does. And then while everyone else was probably freaking out that she wouldn't find a dress, she was like, that's not an issue, I'll just wear a suit. So she is in like a forest, not like almost like an emerald green suit that's like a satin material. And then she just has a kind of bralette at the underneath it, underneath the suit jacket that's black. And then she's wearing a mask that covers her whole, like most of her face. All you really see is her nose and mouth, and that looks like a copper and silver like moth type of situation. And in order to cover / disguise her antlers, she is wearing a giant, magnificent floral headdress that kind of makes her look like she's a druid and not what she and not a rogue bard multi-class. But like, I mean, like it is extra as hell. Flower headdress, and she would like to be introduced as the Felina, which will translate into Sylvan as the moth. So
the
yeah.
moth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and I will be putting that in the Discord for everyone who wants to see the outsport.
Awesome. So you are trying to come off as a as someone else. You're trying to hide.
I feel like she feels like these elements aren't really not her, but it's the part as a lot of people wouldn't necessarily think of when it is her, if that makes sense. Like yep. She obviously she's always been like, she's not a druid by any means, but she's always been a nature gal, and so like that's how she was raised. So it's like when someone thinks of Moss, no one thinks this.
Right. Yeah. No, I can guarantee you that. No one thinks that you're Moss.
No.
I might have you've had some illusions done as well to your horns and things like that?
Probably just to help it look like there's more vines coming out. It's just, all her illusions have been to amplify what's already on there. It's not like completely constructed out of nothing.
Right.
So Rylan knows what she's looking like.
yeah, exactly. All right. And last but not least, Lark and Cal. How does Lark introduce herself?
Right. So Lark is going tonight to be the Fallen. Her costume is kind of fallen angel kind of based.
What, are you kidding me?
No, what?
Just wait. You don't know what I paid for Cal, but it's good. Continue.
Okay. So I guess to kind of already explain the dress, it's just kind of like, it's just like sheer like mesh material that she's kind of beaded black beads onto that look like branches that cover the bits that people aren't supposed to see, so they kind of like cluster and then dissipate and then cluster and dissipate. It is risque, but you know, that's okay. Instead of going for a mask, though I will say for her illusions, she will have gotten like black wings and her scars removed. But instead of a mask, how do I explain this? You know, like silver foil, like kind of like stamped like around her face, and then kind of accented with like black gems. It might not be the best, like you can't tell who I am, but this was, you know, she's in a good place. She's happy. She doesn't really care. She feels good. She likes the way that she looks, and that's it. She's less concerned about people can tell who you are.
Yeah. No, fair enough. Some people definitely did not worry about it. So you and Cal are introduced to the ball. You are introduced as the fallen angel, and he is introduced as the fallen prince.
Well, I mean, that's
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. We didn't even talk about that.
I wrote it.
I wrote it too.
On the same color?
On the same color post-it.
You can't plan it. You can't plan it.
The telepathy.
You
The
can't
telepathy.
control RP. You can't control for that. Excellent. Congratulations, you are all at the ball finally. It's well in swing now. People are dancing around the dance floor. There's some drinking games going. You can tell some people are laughing a little bit too loud, like they're a little bit inebriated. There's also like, you know, some various like tension around the room of various people who are either in the middle of arguments or trying to figure out who they are, trying to find their partner. So there's a lot going on. Yeah, what are you guys doing? Do you find each other? Do you all know what each other looks like?
I think I would have spent a handful of time trying to find the others, because I still want to talk about the whole swamp thing. But now might or may not be the time to do so, but it's still on my mind, and I want to make sure I can...
I love it. I want to
Bring
find
it
my
up.
friend so I can talk about the swamp thing.
No, not that! Context of the
okay,
swamp
you know
things.
what? Everybody roll me a d20. As d20.
Any...
17.
I-
3.
Are we just going by what's on the die?
Yeah.
18.
15.
Okay. Charr, you recognize Enris. You're like that very masculine frame and that very androgynous outfit is 100% Enris Libri. There's no way. There's nobody else who would dress like that. No one else would wear a crop top to prom. You know what I mean? Let's be totally honest here.
That's fair. That's fair. Is he just on his own, or is he like walking around like small talk, or what's he doing?
He seems to be sort of watching people. He does sort of keep turning his attention towards a few specific people. But in general, like a few people ask him to dance, he dances with them, and then when we're done, he just kind of heads back around the edge. I mean, he is presenting himself as the Forgotten tonight, so he's seemingly kind of like hiding in the shadows.
I'm gonna make sure I note that he is the Forgotten.
Yeah. For Celeste is going to recognize Moss, shockingly. There's just something about the way that she moves that's just like, that's Moss. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's something about the way that she walks, the way that she takes up space. There's just no question for you. So, you know who Moss is.
Hey, I know you. Very honest.
Do I recognize Celeste, or
We'll
is it just
find
someone
out.
yelling
We'll
at
find
me?
out.
Hey, I know you.
Lark, you also recognize Moss.
Yes, that's
you're like,
that
yeah,
makes
I
sense.
literally
Oh,
saw
actually,
her.
you know what? You knew each other. Let's do another one.
You knew.
Give you another one. You recognize Celeste. You're like, I watched-
Celeste shouting at Moss.
Yeah, you're like, hey, Moss. You're like, that's Celeste. That's Celeste.
Does she yell out my
Definitely.
name, or
I don't know. Does she?
Yeah.
Hey, it's Moss.
that's fine?
That's so good.
You didn't point necessarily. People are just looking around like, Moss, where?
Oh yeah.
And Moss, you recognize Charr. You're like, that's Charr. Look at
Mhm.
that little noble boy.
Let me look
Also,
at
he's
it.
definitely dancing with a
With his
dragon right
date.
now.
Yeah, definitely with his dragon date.
I don't know if I told
So-
anybody that I was going with Aqua though.
No, you didn't.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. So you see Charr dancing with a very lovely human elf, I guess half elf. That's what a human elf is, half elf.
dancing with this girl who looks very half elf, and is dressed all in blue and is spinning around looking like she's the belle of the ball. So that's what you know. Feel free to find each other in whatever way. So, Moss, you hear someone yelling your name.
Look in that direction, and I'll wave back. At this point, she's like, if people figure out it's me, that's fine too. So, she'll wave back, and then she'll head over to Celeste because, like, why not? Apparently, someone who recognizes her. And then she will send the message spell because I don't know if Celeste cares to be advertised or not as who she is. So be like, name please, because everyone is dressed up and I have no clue who you are.
Oh, it's Celeste. Like she says that. She doesn't send the message.
And you're in like a pink poofy dress, right?
Yeah, that kind
that,
of
you said,
flowy floral thing.
Was the dress from the trunk?
Yeah, it was. Totally was.
Are you happy with it?
Grudgingly. Like she likes it. It's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm happy at least it's not something that you hate with all your existence.
I know, I'm surprised, but it's not
Hey,
bad.
we'll take little victories. We'll take little victories.
Yeah. The mask is cool. I love the mask. But
It is a
Yeah.
really pretty mask.
yeah.
Agreed. I see Charr over there. So I'll cast message to Charr and be like, hey Charr, it's Moss. You'll see Celeste and I, pink poofy dress and then emerald suit if you feel so inclined to chat. I don't know who you're dancing with, but that's okay. I'm glad you're having fun.
I think Charr looks over, and the moment that there's like an opening between people weaving and bobbing between, I look over, bow a little bit, one moment, and continue my dance for a little bit more.
Yep, that's fine. She's just decimating information on who is who.
Yeah.
Yep.
The girl who Charr is just dancing with is just like smiling super wide, so happy. Like when he spins her out, she spins like 3 or 4 times before she comes back. You can see why he doesn't, immediately come over.
I actually, I think before I go over, I'm gonna go over to Enris after we're done dancing, or I'm sorry, go over to the Forgotten, if he's still over in his off to the side watching people.
Sure. You say you're gonna go talk to a friend, and Dewdrop Aqua says that's fine. She's gonna go and get a drink. So she heads over to the drink table to see if she can find something for you both.
I'll also point over to like others that we know here, that she might recognize or want to go say hi to. But I'll walk over to Enris, and I'm not gonna necessarily divulge who I am, but I mean it's kind of obvious given I'm very short. And can I try to like disguise my voice, because I didn't do anything to do that?
Oh yeah, of course you can.
So is this what, performance?
Performance.
I've been practicing. Oh, I fucking have been practicing. That is a 24.
Look at me go.
Or if you want to go deception, it's 22. But either way,
yeah.
I walk over to him, kind of arms back to lean against the wall or a table that maybe is like just my height, and I say, "Hey, Forgotten."
Oh. He looks down at you because he has to.
Yep.
And says, "Yes."
And I go to put my hand up like I'm gonna pull it off my the mask off the face for a second. I put my hand back down. It's me, but I'm gonna try to stay in more disguise. Or yeah, I know, I figured out. But do you want to help me spread a rumor?
What kind of rumor?
Come here. And I have him try to crouch down next to me.
Yeah, he crouches down as he does. The fine slit up the side of the dress reveals long, smooth legs. He crouches down beside you.
I heard something about the headmasters. or headmaster that I think might be interesting, and I think you might also like to know.
Okay. You want to start a rumor about the headmasters?
Well, one of them.
Okay.
The one that actually is, present.
Isolde.
Is that correct, by the way?
What, is that the headmaster's name?
Yeah, the one that is
Yeah.
actually still like,
Yeah, Isolde's the only one we've really seen. She's the spellcaster one, and no one's really talked to Cardamon yet. He's human though, and she's elven, so how could a human fighter keep up with her?
Right.
Sorry. Yeah. Rude.
I say to Enris, well, rumor has it that there's something funky happening. Something that Isolde's been doing to kind of change the landscape, per se. There's a swamp up north. And it wasn't always a swamp. And it's Isolde's
You mean there's
doing.
a swamp in the north?
There's a swamp in the north, and there hasn't been before, and now there is. Something's happening, and it's the headmaster's fault.
You think the headmaster turned the forest into a swamp?
I don't say anything else, I just walk away.
What? Why? I don't... you just leave him there, like...
And I turn back,
completely confused.
and I mouth the word, rumor.
When you said I heard a rumor, all I could think about was Umbrella Academy. I was like, that's it. You're going to kill Inris. It's all over.
I don't know what this reference is.
You don't know Umbrella Academy?
I haven't watched it or read it. I haven't done anything like that with it.
It's good. It's good. Yeah. One of the characters, her power is that if she says a rumor, it is true.
Ooh.
Yeah. So she's like, I heard a rumor that you just died. Or I heard a rumor that you let me go. That's it. That's her power.
That's brutal.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Cool. All right. You do that, and what's everybody else doing?
I'm standing on my tippy toes, people watching. Because this is fascinating.
Yeah, this is kind of fascinating. Like, what type of human elven bullshit is this? Well, like, what is the norms here?
It's strange. Like, people are definitely trying to figure out who the others are, but at the same time, they're also just trying to be not cool exactly. They're not just, they're trying to like be aloof and out of character. But some of them are doing better at it than others. It doesn't take you very long before you've identified who, actually over by where Aqua is. So Aqua's gone over to the drink table, and there's a group of people who are playing like beer pong, effectively. And it takes like all of a minute to figure out that like Whisper is Nat. It takes no time at all. Some of the others are a little bit more kind of sneaky, but she's clearly like a little drunk. She keeps giving like bardic inspiration to people. It's like not subtle. There's people dancing. Like I said, some people are dancing really closely, like intimate. There's one couple on the dance floor who look like they're in the middle of an argument. The one person is crying. Not like sobbing, but like you can definitely tell like they're red in the face. And yeah.
Can I try to see who Vera is, just because I'm trying to figure out if she accomplished her goal as she hoped to? Not because I want to reveal her, but just make sure Vera got what she wanted out of her night, basically.
Yeah. What was the goal again that she mentioned?
She wanted to be human. Very plain Jane human disguise.
Yeah. Give me a perception check to see if you could find the plainest looking human. How plain that human?
Perception or insight?
Let's say perception, because you're just going from their outfit.
Okay. So that's going to be, I rolled a 12. So that will be that'll be 14.
All right. You do spot who you think is kind of the plainest looking person here. They still look nice. They're still wearing a very simple but elegant dress. They seem to be just kind of sitting on the, standing by like the overlook. They're just kind of looking over the people who are dancing. They have a gentle smile on their face. It's just like a nice forest green dress and like a very simple kind of gold mask. That's your best guess.
Okay. That means that if Moss is going on the assumption that that is Vera, she's gonna be like, okay, she got what she wanted out of the night. It looks like so far, at least.
Yep. Whoever it is, they do seem like they're away from the action, but they are enjoying where they are.
Yeah,
They don't feel out of place, whoever this person is.
that's good. Okay.
Yeah. Anybody else? Anything they're doing special? Cal definitely brings Lark out for a dance, of course, pretty much as soon as they show up. He knows that there's a good chance that he'll be called off to do some kind of professor duty. So he wants to make sure he gets what he can in.
Yeah,
Does Lark know how to dance?
Formally?
They did have classes to teach you guys the basics. I don't know if you took those classes, but there was kind of free time that the school offered if you were interested in it.
Yeah, that sounds like something Lark would do.
Yeah. I mean, skill building seems like Lark's thing.
Yeah.
If I can get a skill, I'm going to get a skill.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. You
Free
guys
learning?
are,
Yeah, I'll take it.
You guys are, I mean, in spite of the fact that Cal has shifted to look more normal, like more like a student, you can't hide how talented and skilled he is. He dances like he was born to. Like he is elegant, he's quick, he is he's just an elegant like fighter, like wizard sort of. He's what is he again? Do I remember? Eldritch Knight. Yeah, so he's got that kind of strange elegance that comes to casters, but also like the strength that comes with a fighter. It's just a pleasure to dance with him. Like he's just very good at it. You can see a couple people like sort of like eyeing you guys, like they want to dance with him next.
I'm gonna pretend I'm gonna ignore that.
Just hold him tighter and keep dancing.
Pointedly, yep. He's even hot when he's uglier. Like, how is that even possible?
He's so punchy and he's still so hot.
Unfair. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna let that. No, I'm not gonna let that ruin her night. Nope. It's a good night. This is her night. She's having a great time. But yeah, so I kind of hope they just dance and then have a drink and stand by the wall and kind of gossip of who they think people are. Dance again, drink again until he has to go.
Okay. Let's see how long he gets at the dance before he does. As people point out in the chat, Umbrella Academy is lovely. It was written by the lead singer of My Chemical Romance, weirdly. And another fun fact is that he is supportive of Elliot Page, who is he's changed the gender of the character to support Elliot Page, which is very sweet. Good human all around. That's not the dice I meant to roll. The dance does not go on that long. 17 hours he's free. He gets it to 3 hours, actually. You spend about 3 hours together. It's like a good solid date night. At some point you can see like he's just talking to you, and then all of a sudden he's like just like quirks his head up, and you can tell he's getting a message from someone. And when he looks at you, there's like an apology in his eyes before he even says anything. It's okay.
Go. It couldn't get any better. It's ended on the highest note.
He leans in, cups both of your cheeks, and kisses you softly in the middle of the dance floor so everyone can see. And he says, "Thank you for making a birthday to remember." And yeah. Enjoy your night with your friends. And he slips away.
And I try not to swoon while I go find Moss.
I think behind you, Charr is like, who was that? Like, I don't think Charr recognized you at this point either, so he's just like, who was that? They both slipped away. They both have outfits so similar.
I mean, you could, like I said, I mean, Lark isn't overly.
You're not overly like
masked
changed
or anything like that. Yeah, like she still has red hair. Like it's, you know what I mean. She hasn't changed that much, so.
Fair.
Not
Okay.
really.
I think Charr would be like right behind you and say, "I don't know who that was. I actually spoke to Enris earlier. That's I'm piecing things together. Not really, but there's something to piece
Charr?
together. Yeah.
How's it going?
Oh, pulls. He goes to pull off the little thing. He puts it back on. I want to show my face, but I don't.
I only know because I can hear your voice.
Yeah,
You're talking to yourself.
I know. It's fine. I'm different sounding now.
Yeah. No, that's good. You look great. Where did you come from? Were you dancing?
Sorry. Someone just
Rude.
Cal
Someone
leaves
shows up to
and
the
that
ball on the
happens.
moped.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was actually dancing with and I look over at the drink table and you see Aqua, blue big old gown, and another matching flame veil. You already know. You already know. I was actually with her. And someone you actually recognize if you haven't yet. But hold on a second. And they run over to the drinks. Dewdrop, let's go this way. And
Where are we going?
back to the middle of the dance floor, but just to reunite with somebody. And
Did you know that they're almost tied? I thought maybe I could help one of the teams win, but I didn't know which team to help.
the teams?
They're playing a drinking game. It's a game where the goal is to drink. I don't see why they don't just drink, but...
Well, I think the goal is to be the least drunk out of all of them, but then after you kind of celebrate by getting more drunk. That's what I've heard. Actually, I've never played any drinking games. Well, do you want to go back to those after?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, all right. Yeah. All right. And we went back to the middle of the dance floor where
So
Lark was.
who is all talking? It's Lark and Charr so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm here with Dewdrop, as
Hi.
she was announced.
It's not my real name, though.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. What is your real name?
Aqua.
I know we're supposed to like. I met you.
Yeah, we talked about salad.
I'm so sorry. I drank a lot that night. You were lovely though. Wow, I'm sorry. I hope I didn't say anything weird, but if we were talking about salad, probably did.
No, you were fine.
Oh,
You punched that wolf in the face.
I did. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was
So I think
honestly
you did pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't get bit, and the wolf went away after that. So, that's successful.
Mm.
Great. Wow. So you guys came together?
Yeah, we're dates.
Arm in arm.
I
Cheesing.
love that for you guys.
Do you like
Lark's
my dress?
like this close to crying.
Do you like my dress? Look. And she like spins out and it does like the big poof, like princess dress.
You look like a princess. You You look just like a princess.
That was what I was trying for.
You did
There
it.
was already somebody here called the princess, though.
Well, you know what? They can call themselves whatever they want because you are clearly the princess tonight.
Thank you.
Oh God, sorry. You guys are just so cute.
That man you were dancing with didn't look like he normally does.
I was actually
Lots of people
curious.
here who've used illusions. Yeah,
But he made himself smaller.
no,
and
I mean, but there's lots of illusions here. Did you get any illusions, Charr?
Just this. And I take it off, put it back
Oh,
on.
just the mask. That's really cool. Yes, more.
The armpits. That's really funny.
Pass a message to Lark. Lark, if you keep talking, you're gonna make it worse. I
Lark,
see you
stop
fanning. I
fanning
see
your
you
armpits.
fanning your armpits. Like I see you fanning your armpits. You're gonna dig yourself in a hole.
Do you want to head away from the crowds for a moment?
Yeah, maybe just take a breather. It is a bit, warm with all these, people around, and technically we're not dancing, so we should probably not be on the dance floor.
you guys head out maybe to the gardens?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's cut there, and let's say Moss and Celeste, if you guys run into each other and however this ends, you end up outside as well.
I'm gonna shoot Mosk, like panic eyes, like
I sent you a message as I saw you fanning your armpits.
Get your backs. Get
Message
everyone's
has
back.
to be, you have to actually say it, right?
Yeah, I had to
I
whisper
do
it.
have message.
I messaged you back.
I'm sorry.
I'm coming.
I'm just watching and I'm like, drama.
I feel like at some point I do drag Celeste onto the dance floor just to have fun as friends, like just to like dance or like just to dance a little bit, just like nothing romantic, just having fun. But yeah, I'll be like, okay, they need us. Come on, to the gardens we go if you're okay with that.
Drama.
Oh yes.
Should we have brought popcorn? Oh, I should have brought a clutch just so I could hide popcorn in it.
I
That
mean, you
would've
don't have
been
to you could just go to the snack table on your way out.
good. Can I just take the bowl
Yes.
of popcorn?
Clutch popcorn.
You can just I imagine you just walk to the table and just take a platter and just walk away.
Yep, that's exactly what Moss does.
Yeah.
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 Completely.
Ooh,
And like she's
quiches.
guarding
And
it from
all
other
quiches.
people. She's guarding it from other people to grab it. Like no.
To be fair, if they didn't want you to eat a whole quiche, like a whole tray, they could have just given you a quiche. Like if they're this
Yeah,
big,
no.
what do they expect you to do?
Take. Oh, if they have any scalloped potatoes, I'll also grab those for like another tray.
We're
just
falling in love. We're
So you,
falling in love, Moss.
You have the quiches, you push them to the side, you take the big scoop, throw some scalloped
Being a
potatoes
good
on it.
friend.
I'm swiping dessert.
Oh, yeah.
Our best friend.
I feel
is
like we're
what
just
you
all
mean.
coming with snacks. Like we're just
There's-
like we're the two armed with snacks to come to the garden as
The
well.
best dance ever.
You pull out an excellent tray of desserts. You actually like grab one of the trays and then fill it as if it's a plate, so it has a little of everything. You got some Nanaimo bars on there. You got some lemon squares. You got like these really nice brownies with like this big strawberry on top.
Yeah, because I can
Um,
never eat this stuff at home.
So much like
Why
it is.
not?
Everything here is so deliciously caloric.
Please
Why
don't.
not?
Well, okay, like the desserts at home are like berries. We don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like what? This is magic.
Okay, yeah. We're definitely gonna come out back for another tray later in the night. But for now, yeah, we'll do this. And then we're gonna go to the gardens. I feel like Moss is just like everyone enjoy good food. Like life, if we have to eat every day, we're gonna have good ass food. Does she agree with how the food was made and produced to get here? No. But she does not.
Oh, I swear, if there is even in the desserts, if there is those little like cheesecake, like dipped in like cheesecake balls on a stick, dipped in like some sort of like tempered chocolate or something like that, so it like stays in form and still is like creamy.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
There's cheesecake balls. There's
There's a
cake
bouquet.
balls. There's actually one that's called a Jello ball. It doesn't look like it's encased in tempered chocolate though. It looks like it's like Jello, and then it's covered in some kind of weird like it seems to goop, but it also never drips.
Like a very, very nice viscous, but also solid gel like around it.
Yeah, it's actually
that's weird.
when you
I like
taste
that.
it, it's sweet, and also the goo on the outside is sour. So it's kind of like a sour patch or like a
You're making
sour
me
key
salivate.
flavor. You're welcome. Imagine a sour key, but instead of the gummy that's hard, it's Jello.
Ooh. I actually am like having this awful candy craving right now because of that, and I am probably gonna run to the store that's like right across the street from my place after we are off stream so I can get candy.
You're welcome. For candy producers everywhere.
Haribo it is. That's probably what they have. Goodness. What's the well, do you want to wait until Laura's back to describe the garden, or do you want to go and get that going?
Oh yeah, no, I can describe the garden now. I think she knows what it's like, but so this is the garden that's kind of just off of the main kind of entryway. So it's a little bit tucked aside, but it's definitely like a showy kind of garden. Lots of like different roses of different types. It's very curated. So it's beautiful, but everything has a place and everything is trimmed to fit perfectly. It's dark out here. They haven't lit it kind of as well intentionally, but there's these little orbs that just kind of float around the perimeter of the space they expect you guys to be in. And just out past it, there's like a very small hedge maze. It doesn't look like it's especially difficult, but it does look like the kind of thing people might just kind of wander together. So yeah, it's a nice garden. It's just very manicured and proper, and not the kind of garden Moss would be used to.
Sad prissy gardens.
It's
That's okay.
it's tough to see over these hedges sometimes whenever they're cut certain ways.
Just pull through.
That's how I usually do garden mazes. Very rarely do I see them, but they're pretty easy to cut through. If you have any dagger, you have any swords, anything like that, you can just go right. Any maze is solvable if you have the right means to get through the walls.
You just go straight.
I have a barbarian.
If you go
friend.
straight for long enough, you will technically exit the maze.
If you go straight long enough, you'll be back in the maze too. That's more of a circumnavigating the world joke. I'm working on humor, and it's not necessarily.
Funny.
Yeah.
Working on it.
Well, has everyone here met Aqua before? I don't think Celeste has met her, right?
Yeah.
No.
So Aqua looks at you and she kind of like gives you like a one up, and she's like, I don't think I met you before. I'm Aqua. And she like extends her hand to shake. She's shorter than you.
I'm Celeste.
Hi, Celeste. I really like your dress. It's poofy.
Yeah, thanks.
Everybody
like
looks
hers.
so nice.
Yeah, it's true. People really dressed up for this. This is pretty impressive.
I didn't expect so many different styles when I was coming through, but it was really, really cool to see Enris with the little crop there, though.
Oh, that does make sense that it was Enres. It does make sense.
Yeah, he's the only one I've been able to figure out so far. I've been a little lost about it, but
Yeah, no, I think it's good that we all managed to find each other, so that's nice. Keeps from too much, I guess, boredom. Although the mystery does keep it a little less boring.
that's very true. Question for Lark. Are you all right? You're looking very nervous.
You're sweaty.
Yeah, that's kind of the usual state for me. No, not bad. Good sweaty?
I don't sweat.
Well, sweat isn't bad. Sweat's just water and salt.
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah.
a special drink.
yeah. Like sad tears and happy tears, like sad sweat and happy sweat.
Also, she was dancing for like the past a lot of time, so like, you know,
Yeah,
give the girl some slack. I hand you the potato tray.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna take that tray.
Who
Yeah.
who was that you kissed? Because I was like, I just wasn't expecting that.
Gordon.
Well, beats me.
Panic eyes at Moss again.
Gordon.
Moss introduced us.
Yep.
They they knew each other, and yeah, so it's a party, and
Seems like it went really well.
I figured, why not, right? Let's a little smooch, right?
Feel free to try to insight that, anyone, if you like. And of course, deception from Lark.
Part of me wants to give her a guard, but part of me is like, it's so bad that I don't think I can.
No.
I'm not asking
I'm letting you
questions.
flounder here.
I'm not gonna ask questions. I don't want to make you more nervous than you already seem like
You're
you
my
are.
potato friend.
You guys are so nice to each other.
Oh, I'm taking it in. I'm just not saying anything.
Well, you know, Celeste, you were there for the girls.
I know. Drama.
Goodness.
Oh my gosh. So good.
Anyway, but it looks like everyone's been having fun. That's nice.
Yeah. How's everyone's nights
Yeah.
been?
Mostly dancing, people watching.
Yeah, uneventful
Yeah, that's
in a good way.
that's kind of how it was. I was gonna be going to do some drinking games with Aqua here, but those can wait. I look over at Aqua. Right? Those are you all right with holding off on the games for a little bit?
I think it's just good
I
to
like my
refuel as
friends.
I eat a quiche.
We're all friends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice to see you again, Aqua, though. It's really nice.
I'm really lucky that Charr invited me.
Knighted you?
You invited me.
You guys are absolutely adorable. I'm gonna get cavities in the best way.
She definitely like gives Charr like his arm a little like you.
I lean over into directly into that.
There you did tell me something the other morning about something happening up north, and I think Moss would love to know about that.
Oh, about how the headmaster's making a swamp out of a forest?
What?
You didn't know?
No, I
Oh.
did not.
Yeah. It's
That's-
like it's not very good because the animals don't really like it because they live in the forest, not in a swamp.
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
swamp
that's
is just stuck on
ecosystem
top.
changing.
Yeah, it's she
Um,
just pulled a swamp from somewhere else and just stuck it there. So all the animals are
Oh.
confused and they don't know where to go. And then the weather's been really weird. I don't know if you noticed. The weather's been
Yeah.
really, really weird.
Yeah, literally it snows
Um,
one day and the next day it'll be like sunny and amazing. So
So far I think
That
it's just a
bitch.
swamp, but I think that's not the end of it though.
yeah, probably not. Oh, fuck. I don't even know what the hell to do about that. Okay.
Well, can we do anything? I mean, she moved a swamp.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily like being a bystander in this.
Well, no. I mean, all those animals don't have anywhere to live anymore. And, like, even the wisps were acting weird. Like, they came out of the deep forest and they were out by the water, but they were all confused and they didn't know what to do. And it's weird. I don't know why I don't know why she's doing it because nobody else likes it.
Which means she's gaining something from doing it.
Ooh.
Or it's a side
She's-
effect from something she will be gaining something.
Terrifying.
Well, yeah, she's a bitch. Like we've already discussed this, Lark, but she is a bitch.
Would you
fuck.
want to use tonight?
Moss is
on-
now considering how likely it is that she tries to sneak into her office, that she's gonna get caught, and she knows it's very likely. So now she's like, internally, she like, you guys see Moss like kind of like go quiet, and she's like gives going through plan A, B, C, D, like all the way down to Z, like just like
But how
fully
could I
like
do this?
yes.
We can
How
look
could
Moss.
I?
Lark has met the headmaster. I don't know if anyone else has.
I have not.
No. Unless
wanna
Moss has been
volunteer
called
that.
in for how many parties she's gotten, then
She's scary.
Like scary how?
Like scary, mean, powerful, scary.
You guys can roll like a history check or something if you want to see what you know about her. What any of you have heard, rumors or otherwise.
Oh shit! I'll
Like I
take
know nothing.
history?
Yeah, did you roll like a 0 or a 1?
No. Let's see. I got an 18.
Ooh, we're
Okay.
right on that cusp. I'm 17 here. I want to hear about
Yeah,
the
anybody
Rufus
else?
13.
cast.
13. So I guess that's less.
All right, so you guys pull a little bit of the information you have. You know that she is a master diviner. Lark, you kind of know about the power level that Cal is, and Cal's pretty fucking strong. So if she's in charge, she's probably much more powerful, which, you know, isn't surprising, seeing as she's moved biomes around the world. You know that she named the school partly after herself. So Iskar is literally a combination of Isolde and Cardamon. Nobody seems to know what their relationship is. In fact, a lot of people haven't even seen them together. I mean, you guys are just like, I have no idea who this man is.
People have seen Cardamom though, right? Like around.
You saw him
like-
in when you guys arrived. He gave like one of the speeches to the new
Okay.
students.
Okay.
But beyond that, no one has seen him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not necessarily too much about her. Oh, you know, Lark knows that she has a dog. She has a big dog, like a Great Dane. So what no, the Beethoven dogs. What are they called?
It's a Mastiff or
Saint Bernard.
a Saint Bernard. Yeah.
Saint Bernard. Saint Bernard. So she has a Saint Bernard in her office. You know that.
I will share that.
It did not like you petting it.
Nope.
It was
I petted
kind
it
of
anyway.
rude. But I petted it anyway.
I petted it anyway.
Take that.
If I can punch a
Um,
werewolf, I can pet a Saint Bernard.
And you guys remember from talking to Nori that she was pretty like anti curse, anti like she was very like you're a monster now to Nori when he got bitten by a werewolf. There wasn't like a lot of compassion in the way that she treated him, and you remember that he was not a fan of that, obviously.
For obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons, he was not a fan of the fact that she was kind of rude and short with him. Like, she definitely did what she had to do, which was offer him options, but it was very clear what she thought was the right option, and it wasn't what he picked.
So we don't have.
Other things you know. The only other thing I was going to mention was about the library. You know that she, when they were trying to find out who the werewolf is that attacked Nori, she put spells on the library so that she would know who was accessing information. So she's sort of caretaking information from students and using it to punish them.
So like a website who sells your data.
Yeah, or like she's like she lets you go to all the websites, but then later she tells you like I saw you watching porn in the school library or something.
Why would you have that as a book you can take out? There's a whole section. There's 2 doors that
does
were
seem-
closed off.
It definitely comes off a little bit like what is it called when you set someone up? Like you put them in a situation where they'll do something.
That just sounds like-
Entrapment.
Yeah, so basically the whole school's under her thumb, so we can't rely on many resources here if we even want to do anything. And I'm not sure if we can do much because we're literally first year students.
Where's her power if none of the student body is supporting her?
The authorities above her.
I wouldn't think everybody here who's working for her understands what's going on. So we can make here's the thing. I am not in any way, shape, or form in supporting of the headmaster doing this. And of course, I'm going off of Aqua here, and I have no reason to not trust Aqua. Smiles over. We have to take this down from the inside out, or find somebody who is of equal stature. And honestly, the latter doesn't seem possible right now. I already kind of. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, I know someone I think I could ask who might know more about her. Or what about I mean, Enris, he's a third year, plus his sister's a teacher. Maybe she's told him something, or she knows something, or he can ask her, or...
His sister's a teacher?
Yeah.
I'm learning so much about the world today.
Callan, is that her name?
Kaylin.
Kaylin. Yeah, Kaylin.
The sorcerer, yeah, so like you know that it's
Sorcerer.
it's Kaylin, the sorcerer professor.
Yeah, but they don't want that as advertised because they don't want.
Oh,
them to
no,
think
I
that
mean
their
between
statement is-
us.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I'm just letting
Yeah.
Charr know since we're just letting him know.
Yeah.
That's all. Not that because I think he'll spread it, but just just being clear.
Well, I mean, I am guilty of spreading rumors tonight. I saw Enris. He was the first person I kind of noticed out of everybody. And I may have went over to him and told him to spread that rumor. That apparently headmaster's doing some shady stuff, moving a swamp where the forests were up north. And so maybe if the student body starts to believe that and word spreads, it will either maybe slow it down, get the student
maybe
body
it's
to
just
look into it more.
Temporary. Maybe it's a training ground or something.
you don't devastate a whole biome for a trading ground.
I mean,
You're right.
You can.
Most
don't make
people
excuses.
wouldn't
do
do
if you
that.
want more students to transfer to your college.
Yeah.
For profit?
Doesn't make it right.
No, but if she reverses it, then I mean, who's gonna?
If that was the case, she would be owning up to that's something that she did. This is being hush. Like sometimes it's valuable to see what's not advertised, what is being quiet about.
I'm just trying to explore all the possibilities.
What about the fact that she's evil? That's a possibility.
Wait.
Yeah.
See?
Aqua's just
See?
like, I think Celeste is on to something.
I don't know. There are evil people where I come from. They're just straight up evil.
Who moves the swamp?
Well,
Sounds pretty evil of me.
unless it's a joke, but I guess it's not a joke.
It's not
And
a joke
even
to
if
the
we-
squirrels.
Give her the benefit of the doubt that she's not evil. Her decision is still not a right one and she shouldn't be getting away with it.
Well,
Because accountability is an important thing.
who's even going to? Who is there even to punish her even for this
I don't
wrongdoing?
know.
I don't want to say that this is a pointless exercise, but
But
Oh.
then
What-
if we just give up, it's just gonna, the status quo is just gonna keep going and she's gonna be doing shit.
well, who is
I-
going to tell her to reverse it?
The
Not
dragons.
us.
Why would the dragons do it?
Well, I mean, if she's going to be changing biomes, if she's going to be moving swamps, forests, who knows, mountains, those are places dragons live. Those are lairs she could be interfering with. That's the nature that these dragons thrive in. And these creatures are powerful. They're able to You've read the books. You've all read, well, I don't know if you've all read the books. But that's been Dragon
No one but
Club's-
Charr.
Well, if I don't know if
Well,
there's any
How
dragons.
come she got to be in charge of the school?
How did she found the school?
Yeah, like there's other schools, right? Like a whole bunch of them. Because some
Government,
people,
because they're all
some people
government
go to other
approved.
schools.
Huh.
These are all government approved institutions.
So who's the
So
government?
we'd have to go to Caracat, which would just not be a grand idea for me. But
Hmm. We have a
Who
lot
would
to.
be talk to, even if we did go to Caracat.
I know. I'm not disagreeing with how it feels like we can't do anything, but I'm also saying that I'm not comfortable sitting here and being a bystander at all and just saying that it's okay, I can't do shit.
Is there any transparency on where any funding for the school comes from? Maybe politically or physically or anything
What a great
like that?
question. You could certainly go to the library and try to find out, or talk to any of the professors. You all have various relationships with your professors, and there's also just other classes, so depending on who they are, you may be able to get some information. Give me a history check again.
All of us?
Yeah, let's see if there's anyone who stands out to any of you who might be a good person to talk to.
I got a 13.
2?
2.
There's no one in the world.
The world is empty, and I am
The
in
only person
pain.
who would know is dragons. You gotta find dragons. That's clearly the answer.
Dragons will hold anyone accountable. Dragons have supreme court. Not
Aside to the people watching, not that one.
Celeste and Lark, what'd you get?
What were we rolling?
History.
History.
I'm sorry. History. Yeah.
12.
Okay, 12. And then, sorry, what was yours again, Moss?
13.
Well, okay, I thought so.
11.
All right, team just above 12.
Yay.
Cha-ching! We're gonna be rolling on of Ray today. Bad rolls. Okay, so a few obvious things that you think of. Ryland seems to be a really open professor. He's the bard professor. He's generally like a pretty transparent guy. So if he knows anything, it probably would be pretty easy for him to tell you. Rain, who is the rogue professor, clearly, I guess Moss, you would know this. She doesn't handhold her students. She likes to drop hints and let you guys get in trouble. So you can see that like maybe she would drop a hint that would give you somewhere to go, maybe. She's potentially an option. Charr, you're like, Kaylin seemed weird. Maybe she's weird enough that she'd tell you something. Like maybe she would drop something because she's a little...
Also, she's Enra's sister, so
Yeah,
that helps.
I have that connection now.
Potentially.
Yeah, and the other one that stands out to you is the wizard professor, who you've not, not only any of you have met him directly, but you've heard the rumors that like he was a noble man, like he was in the noble court, he was like a prince. So potentially, if there's something about kind of like the government or the monarchy, he might know something. Whether or not he'd say anything to you is a whole other story, but
We lay that all out.
so yeah, so you've got the seemingly obvious answers are professors in bard, rogue, sorcerer, wizard. Those are the kind of the 4 that you guys have sort of highlighted as people you think might in some way help, if they know anything. Oh, and of course Cal. You guys know Cal. Lark knows Cal. So there you go, 5. Obviously Enris is available as well, so, and you guys can also you know that in 3 weeks time you guys will have a break to adventure. You guys could make this part of what you want to do on your break.
Yeah, I think I want to investigate a little bit. Although I did want to go on a dragon quest, which I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll see.
Anyway, those are the options for the professors. How is in town like? Because Moss is now thinking, what sources of information can she get that are outside of the academic sphere, since they're all being closely watched?
Yeah, mostly you guys have just been to shops. So there's a couple shopkeepers. Some of them seem a lot more, I don't know, casual, like a lot more kind of loose with stuff. Let's see who maybe you've all gone to town, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's see which of you would have known this. 1, 2, 3. Moss, there is a woman who works at the kind of general store named Arliana. and she seems to have some connections to various things that seem a little bit above her pay grade. Like she sort of just drops hints. And it doesn't seem like the kind of thing a commoner would know. You know she's an ex-adventurer, but that's about it.
Okay.
Beyond that, you've only really gone to the shops. You could do more investigating and like the town overall, but
Okay. Moss keeps that information to herself because she's also where she's in the school building and she's paranoid and she doesn't want to out her outside source because apparently Isolde watches shit.
Isolde is a diviner. You know
Yeah.
she watches.
Yeah, so it's one thing talking about the professors that she already knows would be potentially people's first things, and another thing to just spit out someone's name in town.
Mhm.
And potentially ruin their career and get them in trouble by even thinking of them. So Moss will keep that information to herself for now.
Yep.
Call her paranoid, but she doesn't trust this lady.
Mhm. Yep.
Mm-mm.
I don't think she's given you a reason to trust her.
Mm-mm.
Bureaucrats.
No.
Sick.
So I don't want to say that we have to do something about this because obviously we all have a choice in this, and I understand where Lark's perspective is going, but I just don't feel comfortable being a bystander either. So
You know, at first I
mean, our first step could be if anybody's brave enough to ask her. I mean, it's a giant swamp. I mean, people are going to notice. I mean,
How would they know? How would they know?
Giant. It's giant and wet.
It's
Where
a
something giant and
swamp.
wet didn't used to be. Like, we surely can't be the only people who've noticed. It's not out of
no,
the
but
possibility that someone could just ask her a harmless question and see how she reacts, and maybe there's a valid explanation.
I have a little
Moss internally is
And
like,
just
Lark, please.
No one's
wake
asked
up.
her yet. Well, maybe no one's out. There's an explanation, and no one's asked her yet.
I have a concern about how aware people are of this, because magic does some scary shit. Enris was like, "What?" He was not. He seemed shocked by it. I'm not sure if that was me reading his reaction wrong, but he seemed like that doesn't sound possible in his reaction. And I mean, it was a complete forest when we all approached the school, and that was how. I'm awful with time. How long has it been since we all started?
It's been a few months.
Muted myself. Each semester is about 5 months long, and you guys are just over halfway. So you're kind of in like the
2.5,
3
3
month
months.
range. So 3 months is not long for a change this
No.
monumental.
Absolutely not. I don't know how much word will leave or come in from the school. I'm never in the mailroom. We don't necessarily send each other stuff unless we're delivering it to each other with my family. Do any of you get any mail? Do you hear any word? Do you read any of the newspapers?
What's a newspaper?
It's a paper that shares the news.
What's the news?
Oh, the current events and ongoings.
Oh, gossip, got it.
Well,
Or tests.
yeah, it depends on who's writing. But yeah, no, that's actually no. You're
Dragons
right.
only read tabloids. Dragons only read tabloids.
National Enquirer. Dragon steals all this shit and is actually flying over. They'll never know. They're actually mostly true when it comes to all the cryptids and dragons out there.
All I think that we should do from here is just gather intel.
Oh, did I tell you about the towers?
The what?
Sorry. There's where the swamp started. It started at the center and it's spreading out. And there's a tower in the middle.
I had
Sounds
no
like a wizard
clue.
tower.
does sound like a wizard tower.
Very,
there's other
very
towers
cliche
There's
answers,
other
though.
towers around. Like, they're all over the place.
But are they all causing swamps to spawn from their radius?
No. One of them's in the lake.
There's a tower in the... You can't tell me that. Can you bring me there?
Can you breathe underwater?
I can find out how.
Okay.
We can probably buy some potions off some other students, or I can start making potions, but that'll take forever.
They don't do anything yet, except for the one that's in the swamp.
What do you mean
Ooh,
yet?
so there's multiples of them. Glorious. Looks like I'm gonna start brewing water breathing potions. That's gonna take a second. I might skip a few classes to do that. That'll be fine. I already skip classes all the time. So
Damn it.
Aqua, what?
I was holding it in.
never with me. I cause all the character breaks.
Centered. I guess not.
Aqua, what do you mean? You said they're not activated yet?
Yeah, they're not doing anything. Just the one.
These swamps aren't these towers, have they not been here before, or they just all randomly appear?
No, they were here for a long time. But they didn't do anything.
Did they do anything
They're like-
historically?
Yeah, they're like runes.
Yeah. I really want to go to Stevie's towers. Yes. Yes. So many water breathing potions.
I could show you, but it's where it changes from forest to swamp is moving, and when you cross over, it's not nice. Just so you're
Even the
ready.
one in the lake? Isn't that nice,
Oh,
or just the one?
No, the one like isn't doing anything, so it's fine. Just the one in the swamp.
Okay. That one's not activated yet, though.
The
So we
swamp
can
one is.
safely look at that one
Yeah.
so far at first, at least.
I can show you, but it's far down, so you have to be able to breathe and swim.
I can handle the breathing part.
I could wear something heavy and just sink. Does that help?
Well, yeah, actually, that would work because then you sink and then you let go of it and then you float again. That would work.
That's true. I have been reading about scuba because I have been thinking about the lake.
Oh, you could get a boat and then go into the lake and then tie a rock to yourself and then drop yourself into the lake. I could tell you where to drop yourself so you'd find it.
Yeah, if you can show me instead of telling me, because I don't know how well I can navigate open water.
Yeah, just let me know when you guys want to go look.
In theory, Charr, you'd be able to see really well down there.
It's dark.
I don't need light.
From inside the ballroom, you guys hear cheers and somebody shouting.
Anything discernible?
Moss, like the little gossip gremlin, is like going to go check through the door.
Is it time for snacks?
You guys peek in and you can see that there are 6 people, all masked still, standing on the on a stage, and they are all basically announcing their band. So the band introduces themselves one by one. They have someone on the ocarina. They have somebody on the lute. They have someone on the pan flute. They have a fiddler, a drummer, and a singer. And they all introduce themselves and start playing very loud, like, rock music.
Yes.
I'm always a
On the
fan
plus
of-
side, this also gives you guys quite a bit of cover. Like
if we need
this
to
is
talk.
loud.
Yeah.
Like, if anyone was listening, it would be hard not to hear this.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're
Good
all
music.
we all going back in. I look at everybody.
We can.
Sure.
We'll see who else we meet, I guess.
Yeah,
And
the night's still
not
young.
some of us more disguised than others. Not that I'm judging because it's whatever, but see
Yep,
who we
it
run
seems like
into.
people have started to toss their masks and reveal who they
Yeah.
are at this point in the night.
Yeah.
Do you guys all reveal yourselves?
Before we go in, I do just really quickly say to Lark, just make sure you're doing all right. How are you feeling about? Well, I mean, like the whole swamp thing, but then also I didn't mean to make you nervous on the floor over there earlier.
Oh no. No, I'm good. I mean, the swamp thing is weird. That's really weird, right? No, not nervous. I've had a really, really good night.
I'm glad.
Promise.
I'm glad.
And you've had a good night too, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
Who would have thought that I would have come here with somebody? Wasn't me. Of all people.
I wasn't surprised, but I'm glad that you're having a nice time. And you guys are gonna do drinking games? Is that what you?
I think so.
I am happy to watch that. You know, if you need like a cheerleader.
Well, I mean, you could also join. You don't have to drink in drinking games. That's what I was hearing before we left.
Yeah. No, I just no, I might have some champagne. Something special.
That's not a bad choice. It's not a bad choice. But yeah, let's kick it. Let's go back in. Thanks for being so kind.
Thanks for checking in.
Points. I'm so tiny.
I know.
He runs off hands and feet now.
Oh, Charr. I'm not bad, tiny.
You mean it?
Yes, good, tiny. The best things are small.
Dragons aren't small.
He whispers to himself, like, kind of like, what do you mean?
Fairy dragons are a thing, and they're small.
Fairy dragons.
That's true. That's very true.
Pseudo dragons.
So many
The
different
list
kinds of
goes
dragons
onward.
to explore.
As Moss spits this information when she did not read the dragon book.
Didn't read the dragon book. Yeah, well done. You guys have a lovely night. You dance with various people, enjoy various snacks and drinks, and have a little bit more direction on what to do. Follow up with this very strange change in the environment around the castle, around the
Does Ennis
Campus?
just stay loner the whole night?
what a great question. He does not. After everyone has pulled off their masks, you all see him dancing with one of the other third years.
Yep.
Ooh. Third year that we recognize or newer person?
This is the cleric TA, Lucaros.
Oh, okay. Neat.
Yep. I raise a cup to him. Like, there he goes. Look at him. He's having fun.
I mouth the word.
He seems cautiously optimistic, if that makes sense.
That sounds like
you don't
Enris
get
in
you don't get the
general.
sense like they're not jumping all over each other or anything like that, but you do get the sense that there's like an exploration, let's say. Cool. Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
You did it. You're heroes.
We had a ball.
It literally had a
Did it.
ball.
We had a ball. That one was on purpose.
Finally, we did it.
Hey.
Beautiful. Yeah, so give some thought to what you guys want to do. This is like one of those like pick your direction and who knows what. We'll see what happens. Kind of moments. Should be fun.
You know what
Should
they
be
say.
fun.
Don't trust the man. You know what they say.
All right. Well, let's wrap up then. So thank you everyone for joining us today. If you missed any part of this episode or you want to share it with anybody, we're on YouTube and podcasts. We also have a roleplay server if someone wants to throw that in the chat again. And you can come and play with us in character. That's pretty much it. So thank you guys for joining us. We'll hopefully see you guys next time here on Twitch at 6:30 EST on Wednesdays. So have a great night. We'll see you next week.
Bye.